in the stock market, right? You can make money. You definitely can. There's tons of money to be made, but you have to be an active investor. This is the whole thing is like, you can't be passive about anything. Like, I want passive income. Well, you're passively going to get fucked. I promise you that. You take your eye off the ball for too long, stuff goes amiss. You can have a huge real estate portfolio. Don't pay attention to it. Don't manage it too much. See how quickly your revenue starts going down and shit is broken and your properties start underperforming like crazy. I'm just saying. It's a different game, right? The game was the game was different, right? Not just sexually, but all of it. Like, all of it is so much different. You know, you had I mean, the boomers during the boomers generation, they financialized homes. So homes that they paid $40,000, $50,000 or less for, starter homes, are now like $800,000, $1 million plus dollar properties. These people aren't like not just dying off. They're like, usually what happens is when you grow older, you sell off your home and you go to a smaller house. You go from a 3-story, 2-story house to a 1-story house somewhere in Florida. And that is happening. But some of these fucking crazy dudes and women are selling their homes and getting McMansions even bigger. They're going even bigger. So to go back to Dave Ramsey for a minute, right? What he's not understanding is that the cost of living is going bananas. I mean, to a crazy extent. Pay is not keeping up. Pay is not keeping up with inflation. Every year you're getting poorer and poorer. So it's this whole thing when the interest rates originally went down to zero, the people who won were the ones that went into risky assets because savers were no longer getting paid. We had the interest rates go up. The interest rates are high now, so savers are getting paid a little bit, but they're still you're still getting inflated away by inflation, right? You have to go into risk assets. So either you start your own business, you go into crypto, or you start stock picking, and you have to start doing research. You have to be very active and stuff if you want to not just protect capital, but actually get richer in the system, ascend the citadel. And you're not going to do that. And you're not going to do that with a passive S&P 500 fund. Now, the reason why some people feel like, oh, wow, I did gain a lot on it is because people are notoriously bad at saving money or notoriously bad at putting anything away. The reason for the 401k system is because these companies didn't want to there was a time in America we were mostly pensions. We had pensions. The average person is horrible at saving money and the average person is horrible at everything. Right? So, two, we also have a boomer generation, right, that caught the tail end and caught I would say the wind of this incredible moment is that during World War II, basically every developed nation on the planet and some not so developed got bombed to kingdom come. Their ability to actually produce things got destroyed. And the United States during that time was the only country that actually had working factories and had the entire industrial plants still up and running at full capacity. And we dominated. So you could have a superior, you could have a shitty product, like a Ford or a GM, but because we were the only people that can make cars really at a mass scale, we destroyed it, killed it. Everyone was making money. This is that 46 through 50s sort of pipe dream that happened, which was a great time. I'm not saying, hey, we dominated the world. And then on top of that, we rebuilt the world. And because we started rebuilding the world, the boomers of those countries, well, since they had nothing, they just had to build. So it's like the Chinese explosion. Well, if you don't have roads, you don't have anything, you're building roads, you're building all this infrastructure that increases GDP. Everyone has jobs, everyone's employed, women ain't working. Women can barely vote. And everything's right with the world. But once all these things started getting built back together, and a lot of these countries started competing with us again in the 90s, especially in the 70s, what happened? It started getting harder and harder. And then they pushed this horrible thing of putting women into the workplace, and you've basically doubled labor, which basically fucked up I mean, you can just look all this stuff up and stuff, but that fucked up all the pay going up because pay would keep up with each other. And then on top of that, they got rid of these pensions and they went over to what? 401ks. And people are notoriously bad for doing things that are good for them for the long term because people can't. Like, let me tell you, even in crypto, like I'm in crypto right here. I'm telling you guys to wait 2 years, a year or two, and you guys are like, oh my God, I don't know, Miguel, this is hard. And like Dave Ramsey's over here trying to tell you to put your money away, close your eyes for 40 years. Hit a Pepe, Kyle. Crazy.
Absolutely crazy. I'm going to hit that old school one.